All right, so we are here at the drill press, and I want to talk about some safety considerations with this machine. Now, it's really common for people to think, oh, it's a drill press, it's not a big deal, it's a low-risk machine. And that is true, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a possibility for injury at this machine. So the primary injury that can take place here is running the drill bits into your fingers. And so we've got a couple of rules that we're going to put into place here to help you be safe. So the first rule has to do with the size of your drill bit. If your drill bit is a 1/2 inch in diameter or smaller, you do not have to use a push stick. However, at any point, a push stick or a clamp or a jig could reduce even further your risk of injury, so we always encourage that, but it's not required if your drill bit is less than 1/2 inch in diameter. Now, one drill bit that you may encounter, depending on the work that you're doing, is one like this. This is called a Forstner Bit. This one in particular is 2 inches in diameter. It's very aggressive. It has teeth all the way around the perimeter, as well as a center point here that keeps it tracking on the correct line. A bit like this absolutely can cause serious injury to you because of how aggressive it is and the size. You must clamp your workpiece to keep your hands away from a bit like this. Now, at the drill press, we operate with a 2-inch safety rule, which means if you are drilling into your workpiece, as long as your fingers are more than 2 inches away from the drill bit, you do not have to have a clamp. However, if you are working with a small piece of material, or because of the location of the hole you need to drill, your fingers have to be closer than 2 inches, you must use a clamp to hold your workpiece to keep your fingers and your hands away from that drill bit. Another safety item that we have at the drill press is the fence. And you can see that this fence has obviously been removed from the table. The table has these 2 T-slots in it, which correspond with these flat nuts on the underside of the fence. And I can align these and slide them into those T-slots, and then that will allow me to use this fence for extra guidance and security when I'm using the drill press. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in position here. And now I've got my fence loaded onto the table. I can adjust it to wherever I need it to hold my piece secure, and then using the toggles on the back side, just like on your bike seat or your bike wheels, I can flip those toggles, and now the fence is locked into position, and that can help me both with accuracy if I have to drill the same hole multiple times. It can also help with safety, as this will help prevent my workpiece getting ripped out of my hand and rotating uncontrollably. Let's take a look at one way, probably the most common way, to use a clamp at the drill press. So this clamp is called a hand screw clamp. Specifically, it's a parallel hand screw, because the goal with this type of clamp is to keep these 2 jaws parallel with each other and squeeze your material in between. So, if this is my workpiece that I need to clamp into place so that I can keep my fingers away, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that workpiece down on the table, and I'm going to move my fence out of the way because it's in my way at the moment. I'm going to set my workpiece on the table, and I'm going to set this clamp on the table as well. And now, turning both knobs simultaneously, I can draw the jaws in parallel with each other, and now tightening only the rear screw, I can open up the rear jaws, which will close the front jaws, and I can tighten this workpiece in there. And now I can hold back here on the clamp, keeping my fingers more than 2 inches away from my drill bit, and have a good, firm grip on this workpiece. Even if it's not an issue of safety in terms of being 2 inches away from where I'm drilling the hole, having a clamp like this does give me a much larger and more secure handhold on a workpiece. So you can use that even if it's not an issue with the 2-inch rule. Now, with the drill press, on more than one occasion, something that I have seen is kids not paying attention, being in a little bit of a rush, and simply putting their workpiece down, and without noticing, running this drill bit right through the soft part of their hand right here, between their pointer finger and their thumb. And it's simply an issue of them being in a rush and not paying attention to what they're doing. So make sure every time you use this machine, you are watching carefully where your hands are and paying attention to where this drill bit is so you don't accidentally run the drill bit through one of your fingers or through the soft part of your hand. Making sure you're always abiding by that 2-inch safety rule will help guarantee that this doesn't happen to you.